this is Lakana coming back to you guys with another brief word this Sunday evening. I have another message for you guys. This message was given to me yesterday, and it hit my soul like very plain and simple and powerful and beautiful. Like, this is a beautiful message, and it's not for everybody, but it is for some selective few out there. Your kingdom spouse is coming back. You know, I haven't talked on kingdom spouses in a minute on my channel. I know my channel was fairly new anyways, but I was speaking on like different things and challenges that I was going through with my kingdom marriage, which is something that God ordained in the spirit for me. And I stopped talking about it a lot because it took a really like strain on me emotionally, and it caused me to kind of want to just stray away from, you know, the topic and just move my attention away from, you know, kingdom marriages and kingdom spouses and, you know, ordained spiritual unities that God had put together because of my own experiences. And I was going through a lot of like pain from, like, you know, not physically having him, and just all these different challenges that I was faced in the marriage, so which kind of caused me to kind of withdraw back from the topic. So as God has allowed me to heal from certain things that we've been through together, he's actually allowed me to experience messages, you know, and downloads, and even just that spiritual connection and love that I would feel for my kingdom spouse. But this message is for you guys. If you guys are having some of these challenges as well, God is saying right now to you guys, well, it's more of like your kingdom spouse, like, but it's God too, because, you know, God has the time and the hour that he brings his form together, that he has ordained for two individuals to come one. So your kingdom spouse is basically telling you, like, sorry for the wait. He's saying sorry for the wait. Like, if you guys have been waiting for your kingdom spouse, you guys have been waiting for him to show up in your life, if you have been waiting for him to step up and just show you, you know, that he is accepting and willing to go down this road of marriage and unity that God put together, then I'm telling you, he is ready now than ever. Some of you guys know your kingdom spouse. Y'all been waiting for your kingdom spouse. You was already ordained in the spirit that he was your spouse, or she was your spouse. Some of you guys went through spiritual marriages already. Some of you guys ran from the marriage, the spiritual marriage and unity, and you came back around. Some of you guys have been facing some very unique challenges, and I can say that because God is doing a new thing for his people. And as it once was before, like, you know, marriage was like something that they did in our culture. You know, people back in the Bible days literally married who was there in their facility, in their families, and in their and they married their relatives. It was not hard as it is that we have now, as far as like a very like almost goal and challenges that we're facing today when it comes down to marriage. So as we're facing these different challenges, it's different. It's a new thing that God is doing. But I will tell you, as God is doing a new thing, there is challenges in the physical space with the marriages, but when it comes down to spiritual unity, God is unifying. And even some challenges there, because a lot of us don't even know how the spiritual realm operates. So as God is doing this new thing in us, in our culture, in our race, and for his people, we see that a lot of people are getting married in the spirit first. In the spirit first, before it even manifests in the flesh, in the physical world. So it's amazing though, because as we're journeying through God and we're learning the ways of our people and the ways that God, want us to walk by, we see that walking by faith and not by sight is something that is so imperative in this movement of where God is sending us to, even with our marriages. So I just want to give somebody encouragement right now, just to let you know, if you've been missing your spouse and you've been like wondering and praying like, God, is this going to ever work out? God, you said this and it doesn't seem like it's going to be. If you feel like you and your spouse just be facing challenges after challenges, and it's just like, are we ever going to get somewhere with this? I'm here to tell you that God is saying that your spouse is saying sorry for the wait. Sorry that they took the long route. Sorry that they ran. Sorry that they failed you. Sorry that they disappointed you. Sorry to keep you waiting. And it's such amazing, because after I did my first message where God was saying, oh my God, here God, the Holy Spirit is amazing, guys. Amazing. After I did my first message yesterday, when God was saying, wait your turn, he told me as I woke up today, like, your waiting season is your preparation season. So you're not really waiting, you're prepping. And as I'm delivering this message again on wait, but your spouse is actually saying sorry for the wait. God is saying and allowing us to know that your spouse is sorry for having you wait. But as you all were waiting, and as we were waiting for our spouses, we were not just doing nothing. We were preparing ourselves. There was some healing that we had to go through. There was some separation from relationships that we had to go through. There was some spiritual ties that needed to be untied, that God had to free us from. So there were some hearts that God had to mend. There was a foundation of love that God had to place in our heart to get us to understand how he intends us to love, how he intends us to, honor one another as being in a unity. So your waiting wasn't in vain. You were actually prepping for your marriage. You were actually prepping for your physical unity. And I just want to encourage y'all today is that your mate is saying, your spiritual husband, your spiritual spouse, your spiritual unity that God has given you is saying sorry for the wait. They are apologetic, but they are ready, because they know who you are. They're accepting God's unity and plan for their life, and they have worked a little bit on themselves, on their end, and allow God to work on them as well, where now they are ready to take on the challenge of being a partner with you in this physical space. So encouraging message for those who have been waiting for some time now. I love you guys. Don't give up in this preparation season. Don't get faint, and know that your spouse is sorry for having you delayed. But at the same time, know that it was all a part of God's preparation. He was preparing you. He was preparing your spouse, your partner. He was preparing you guys so that when you guys come together, you guys will be able to be beneficial to one another, and you guys will be able to just build one another up, and then also be a beneficial to the kingdom as well. So you guys, let me tell you, your time didn't go in vain. Your waiting didn't go in vain. Your preparation didn't go in vain. Your tears didn't go in vain. Everything and the decisions that you made based off of your unity didn't go in vain. It's about to start to manifest like no other. Like I said in my last video, this is the point of the season where God is really about to unleash his inheritance and the promise to his people. So stay tuned, guys. I hope you guys really learned a lot in your preparation season, and just know that your spouse is sorry for having you waiting. but it was definitely something that needed to happen, because God's perfect timing is everything. Like, we didn't want to wait, but we didn't want to rush it either, right? We don't want to rush something, because sometimes when we're rushing something, not sometimes, when we rush something, we mess up. It's just plain and simple. Like, when we rush something, we're not ready for it, we're not prepared for it, we can drop that bag, we can drop that opportunity, we can damage what is good, you know, if we're not properly taking our time and addressing and analyzing the situation and handling it. So I love you guys, and stay blessed, and happy Sunday, and take care.